Hey guys, welcome to this Hall of Fame interview, which I'm really excited because I'm going to be interviewing somebody who's special. He is from Bangalore. His name is Sriram Benur. And Sriram, his entire family is a YouTuber family. In fact, they are generating revenues directly from YouTube. He quit his job last year. And after coming to the Freedom Business Model system last year, he was able to take all his knowledge and systemize that in the form of courses and trainings. And the interesting thing is in the last 3 months, Sriram has been able to achieve over 5,40,000 rupees by implementing this particular model, besides the other YouTube revenues and other things that he's doing. Just to give all of you an idea, he runs over 10 YouTube channels that generates over 5 lakhs monthly, and his entire family itself, his brother, his mother, his father, everyone, they are all into YouTube. And that is something amazing, just to prove to the world that there are alternate ways to sustain families. There are alternate ways to create an income by serving a lot of people. So Sriram, congratulations on this results. Amazing.
Thank you very much, Sid, and thank you very much for creating this amazing platform and the system, because of which I've been able to help a lot more people to earn money from YouTube. And I really feel so happy when they also come and say that, okay, they have got 1,000 subscribers, they have got 5,000 subscribers. They say that, okay, they got 10,000, their channel is monetized. That gives so much of happiness. And one of the main reason is you also, because you build the system, and because of which I've been able to take it to a lot more people. So thank you very much for this wonderful system that you have created.
You're welcome, Sriram. I know you, before you even came into my system, you've already been doing this in the sense the YouTube audience. How big is your overall YouTube audience size right now at this point?
Sid, totally, if you ask from our family, we have around 10 channels which are monetized.
Okay.
So the main channel that I run is A2C Arts and Crafts, which has around 9,40,000 plus subscribers.
Wow.
And we have received like 8 awards from YouTube. So they are like 6 are silver play buttons and 2 are gold play buttons. So that's how we have been able to build.
Fantastic. We'll go more into the details of how to build the channel later on. But first, I want you to give me an idea on how did you discover me, my courses, and what were you doing at that point of time when you invested in my course? Like, just walk me through that phase. Yeah.
Okay. I think probably, Sid, I'll take back to one of the most important dream that I had in my life.
Yes.
That was to give the best life to my parents. The reason why I say that is because I remember me and my dad having a discussion in the farm. So my dad just looked into my eyes and said, "Do not struggle like me in life. Get good education and lead a fantastic life," is what he said. The reason he said is because I knew we have been going through a lot of financial challenges. And whenever I used to be at home, I used to see people coming to my home every alternate day or something and asking my dad, "When are you going to repay the money that you have taken as a loan?" So my dad just used to have one answer. He used to look at the farm and say, "The moment crops are going to come, I am going to repay you." So my only dream was to give the best life to my parents. And I thought once I get into a job, I'm going to make sure that they are never going to worry about money. So that's the dream that I had. Because being as a farmer, it was really tough for my dad to give education for 4 kids. But a lot of gratitude to my dad and for his hard work, because of which I'm in front of you today. If he had not invested in my education, probably I don't know where I would have been. So it's because of that great personality. And from there, I ended into college. And while I was in my 3rd year engineering, I got placed into one of the well-known IT companies. But here is the funny part. I was actually from a mechanical background.
Okay.
But money was so important that, okay, I had to get into IT company. Again, if I had not got into that job, I think we would have struggled a lot. So again, it's one of the best things that I got in my life. So because of which, from a poor family, we were able to lead a decent life. So I got opportunities to travel around the world and things like that. And I think it was in 2009. So we were already struggling a lot in our life. The house where our parents stayed, even that collapsed because of the rain. It completely collapsed, and we were not in a position to stay there. So literally for next 1.5 years or something, my parents stayed in the cow shed where they started tying the cows outside.
Okay.
And they started staying in the cow shed where there was not even a door for that. It's completely open. That's how the cow sheds are. So I felt miserable. I'm working in an IT company and I am not able to give the good life, because at that point in time, I was not even eligible for taking a loan.
This was in which year? 2009, is it?
2009. So that's when I think I started my job, and I was still struggling a lot. So I said, okay, if I continue believing that, okay, job can give me everything, then I'm not thinking the right way. So job can certainly help to a certain extent, but it can't help in fulfilling all the dreams. So that's when I started exploring a lot more opportunities. I built 2 websites, failed miserably, or rather I could say I learned a lot from the failure. Then there was one moment like where I was in one of the party and I met a person. He said, why don't you start with network marketing? So I said, okay, anything that I could try, I'll certainly go and do it. So I'll later think, okay, how is that I need to implement? I didn't have money, but still I swiped my credit card. That's when I got my credit also. I swiped it and I entered into network marketing. That was one of the amazing journey that I had, because I got to learn a lot more things to dream big, because till that point, I was just looking for surviving. Now that helped me to dream big, and I built a good team, and somehow I felt that, okay, and thanks to all the mentors who were part of that, because they are the ones who I think they put me into the right shape to think big. Then I said, okay, that's not something that I wanted to continue. I wanted to focus more on the digital world. So while exploring a lot, I came to know that we could actually earn money from YouTube. So that's how I started my YouTube journey in 2011 or 12, 2012.
2012. Okay.
2012.
It's been 8 years now. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And my dream was to earn 3 to 5,000 rupees per month, so that at least few expenses could be taken, because the place where I'm standing now, I had got the site in 2012 after taking huge loan, taking property loan, personal loan, taking from friends, everything. And I still remember, like, for afternoon lunch, we used to struggle. We used to think, okay, let's sometimes skip if we have to eat outside. So that's how I was living. But with God's grace, with the salary, and I was eligible for loan. So that's how I constructed a home in Native, because I was eligible for loan by that time. So I constructed my house, then started my YouTube journey with the dream to earn 3 to 5,000 rupees. Couple of months went through and I was not seeing results. I was really desperate. I was desperate to get the results. I was desperate to earn money. So whenever I used to create video, I used to post in all the social media groups that will be there. I think I still see many of the new beginners also do the same thing.
Yeah.
And imagining, why am I not getting the views? Going back and checking on the videos. Okay, I'm still not getting the views. And commenting on some of the most famous YouTubers. Okay, can you please tell the secrets to build a fantastic channel? Probably I think they were busy in their own world and I never used to get the response. So it was a struggle. And after 7 months, I saw the first dollar that was reflected in my YouTube dashboard. I was felt so happy, not because I earned $1, because I earned the belief. So that itself was a kick. And if I had not seen that $1, I think probably in a couple of months, I would have quit YouTube also. So then I invested a lot of time in learning, and I'm not a person who reads book. The first book that I ordered with my full heart was to learn about YouTube from Amazon. So it gave a little bit of information, but not complete information. So I started Googling, I started searching on YouTube. Next 2 years was all about trial and error. I did a lot of mistakes. There are a lot of copyright strikes on my channel, and even my brother had started, and his channel was banned for 6 months. So that's how we started. And in 2015, after doing all this trial and errors, I started my next channel, A2C Arts and Crafts.
Okay.
Which right now has 940,000 plus subscribers. So that's how the journey started. And I understood one thing. If my YouTube earnings can help me, it can certainly help a lot more people who would be struggling like me in life. So that's when I started sharing free information on YouTube, so that somebody can also set up their YouTube channel. Some people started commenting on my videos. I started talking to them personally. So I did a lot of free work in the beginning. So I did not take any money or something. They used to comment on my videos. I used to talk to them personally, and they used to come back and say that, okay, they have been able to earn money. So that used to give me a lot of happiness.
Okay.
Now, while this was happening, there was a very fortunate thing to enter into a second phase of my life. So that's where I met one of this great personality called as Master Coach Satyanarayan VR. Now
I know Satya is an amazing person. Yes, I know him.
So I met him because my wife used to work there. So she said, why don't you attend a session from him? He is an amazing personality. So I said, okay, let me just go and attend. So I was able to connect so much to him. So I started following him regularly. I used to attend his sessions, and probably I have done each and every course that he is offering. So that helped me a lot. It's where like he published a book. Even I had a dream to make sure that a lot more people are able to build their channel in the right way. So that's when I launched my book in 2018. So it's YouTube Earn Money Out of Your Passion, which is available worldwide right now. Then the next phase came, like where he also created a digital course. Now again, I just follow him. So I said, okay, let me also create a digital course, but I didn't know how. Okay. So rather I didn't even ask, I think probably at that point in time, how to create that. So in the same time, while I was there, and he was a person who has helped each and every part of my life. So lot of gratitude to that person. He's an amazing person and very
By the
humble
way,
as well.
he's in our community as well. Satya is there
Yes,
in our community. Yes. Hmm.
yes. So I felt so happy. Then one fine day after quitting my job, I think I was just sitting and I suddenly saw your email. So I just opened and I saw that, okay, you were conducting a webinar on freedom lifestyle. So I said, okay, let me just attend. So I attended the session, and here is something, okay. I always feel that when the student is ready, teacher also appears, because at that point in time I was looking, okay, how to set this up, and your email came at the right time. And the funny part was you said that, okay, there's a limited time to get into the course, and for my, whatever you could say, my card was not working because the link was getting disconnected. So I sent you an email and you said, okay, you just give the link, and that's how I came into the system. From then, one thing that I was able to relate in the session was, you are such a wonderful person where you cared so much about everyone's success. So that is something that I was able to really connect. And I said, okay, this person, till then I didn't know who is Siddharth Rashikar. I never knew about you, Sid. It's only in the webinar I came to know about you. Or maybe you could think, okay, that's how my general knowledge is, because I was not so aware of it. So that's when I said, okay, let me just get started. So I get started, and the way you have designed the course, it's mind blowing. Why? Because I would say there are many people who have the knowledge, but it's very few people who can put it across in the best possible way where people can understand. And I was able to relate so easily, and because of which I was able to set the system. So thank you very much. It's because of the lovely content and the lovely way you have created, I was able to build this amazing system. So thank you.
Thank you. I mean, what a phenomenal story. All of you watching this, from being in a point where you didn't have any place to live, and how, like, what your parents had to go through to getting into that mode of determination, finding a mentor like Satya and him hand-holding you. I mean, this is what success is. Like, many people, they only see the success on the top. They don't understand what happens behind that. So
Correct.
Sriram, thank you so much for bringing that story out, because that's what most people miss out, or they think that success is easy, but it is your persistence that actually is pushed through. So you worked in the corporate world for how many years before you decided to quit?
So I worked in Accenture for 8 years, then in Manhattan Associates for a couple of years. Totally, okay. I worked for 12 plus years in IT job, where I was working as a manager, a beautiful team. I really enjoyed working in IT company also, but I had a lot more passion to teach a lot more people. So that's when I said, okay, within 2 years of starting my A2C Arts and Craft channel, my YouTube earning was surpassing the pay what I was getting from my 10 plus years of job.
Super.
So I said, like, okay, if my 6 hours per week can give me so much of result, where I am spending almost 50 to 60 hours on my job, I said, like, okay, there's something that I could do a lot more. So that's how I quit my job last year around June.
And last year June, okay.
Last year June. And one more thing said I missed to mention. As a father, my dad, right? I think for every father, it's always about not one person how they succeed in the family. It's about how the entire family succeeds.
Yes.
So though I had got a job and I was able to lead a decent life, still my brothers were struggling a lot. So one of my brother is a diploma dropout, but I feel proud and feel that, okay, it's okay even if he's a diploma dropout, where he was earning around 10,000 rupees per month after entering into a job. He used to work in Bajaj Pulsar and Yamaha showroom.
Yeah.
And he started his YouTube channel. And right now he has 2 YouTube channels, both of which have more than 1 million subscribers.
Wow.
More than 1 million subscribers. From a diploma dropout, struggling to earn money. Today, he drives his own Chevrolet Cruise car and stays by paying 30,000 rent. So that's the life he's leading. And amazing. I think that was the moment where, as a family, we were able to feel happy. And I was talking to my dad recently and asked, how do you feel life 15 years back and how do you feel life right now? He almost had tears in his eyes and said that we have been leading a fantastic life right now without worrying about money. So that's the dream that I had as a 10-year-old kid.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And are you all 4 brothers or even sisters you got?
We are 3 brothers and a sister.
3 brothers, sister. And all of you are YouTubers?
No, my sister is happily married and she's not into YouTube. So
okay, got it. Only the 3 boys are into YouTube. Yeah. Okay.
And my wife and my mother. My mother also loves creating videos. So my mother and wife together sometimes make videos as well.
Wow. And what about the topics? Like, are all of your topics different or is similar kind of topics?
So my wife is into cooking and she's into craft. I'm into craft. My brothers are into craft. So it's like cooking and craft. So that's how.
So the entire family is into this. Okay. How come craft and cooking, like, has your family always been into this even before YouTube? Like, you've been doing things at home, or was it something that you just picked up after YouTube?
So one thing that I knew was while I was in my native and while we used to do the farming, I always knew that my brother loved doing things with electronic gadgets.
Okay.
Because he used to break the microphone and he used to do something. He used to get the speakers break and do something. So that's when I said, why don't you start with this? So that's how he entered into craft. And me, in 2015, I said, okay, I was really good at painting and drawing. So I said, why don't I start teaching kids on how to do the painting or how to do the drawing in the easiest way. So the channel evolved in such a way that I was a lot more passionate towards craft also, because I was a mechanical engineer, by the way. So that was my education. So that's how a channel which was started as drawing and painting, it slowly evolved and it became arts and crafts.
Fantastic. And even though your family is into arts and crafts, do you all differentiate in any particular way? Like, do you focus on paper craft and somebody to focus on different craft, or you just keep doing different things? Like
My
you and
brother,
your brothers.
yeah, my brother, he focuses on majorly making aeroplanes. He makes aeroplanes. So where he flies the aeroplane, he does it, everything at home. He makes aeroplanes even using the waste water bottle that is there, which can actually fly. So that's how he does it. I'm more into, I really don't step out and do, I do things that I can do at home. So something like drilling machine, soldering machine, or things, or RC cars. So something that we could do at home, I'll be doing that. So my other brother who is there, he's also something like me. So he does something that can be done within the home.
Amazing, amazing. So tell us, how did coming into the freedom business model help you in your existing journey? Because you had already been doing stuff and getting that visibility and the audience, all of that was anyway growing on YouTube. But when you came into my course last year, what were the differences that you observed in your own business?
So one thing is that before I started, as a YouTuber, I was just posting the videos and I was helping people only in YouTube. So I used to post videos where they could learn from that.
Yeah.
Then Master Coach Satya inspired me. Why don't you actually conduct a workshop? So that's how I conducted a workshop, and there was fantastic response by the people. And they were willing to pay the money and learn. So I felt, okay, if they are so eager to learn, why don't I do that? So that's when I came to know about your system and I started.
Okay.
So the thing is, I wanted to do something by staying at home. Okay. And your system was able to connect to it so much. And so that's how I just started implementing. And I could say that though I took a little bit more time in the beginning to implement, but it's a wonderful journey. And so that's how I got started, because I had entered the coaching thing and I wanted to continue for a longer time. And COVID is the other reason why it became a lot more impactful right now.
Yes. So you got my course last year around what, April, May? Was it that time?
I registered and joined your course on June 14th. So
June
last
14th.
2019. Yeah.
Got it. And then November is when you started to take action. So maybe 3 to 4 months, you are still busy with your own things. And then now you've made like 5 lakhs in the 5.4 lakhs in the last, how many days?
In
looking
3 months.
Last 3 months.
Yes.
I know. Okay. So just tell me, like, when did you really start putting everything together and, selling your products and all of that stuff? Just walk us through that part. Yeah.
So one important thing it is like, the moment I quit my job, I knew that, okay, I can get good money from YouTube. So that's how even Satya, Master Coach Satya inspired that, okay, why don't you just go ahead with construction? So I went ahead with construction. So that's how within a year, this house is also ready. Now, at the same time, I got your course, I also started constructing the house.
Okay.
So there was a couple of things that I was getting engaged. So I was not able to spend a lot of time in creating the content. And there is one more thing which actually delayed, because I used to feel that, okay, I used to stay close to the place where there were a lot of construction that were happening. So the audio never used to come good. So I used to delete the content. I used to create the content. I used to order a new microphone. And sometimes I used to feel that, okay, lighting is not good. So I was in this dilemma. Okay, the content is not that great. Then I realized, and you also mentioned, just go ahead the way you are creating the course.
Yes.
Correct. And also, I think while I had met you in Business Growth Summit, Bangalore Business Growth.
Bangalore.
Correct. There, I got to hear this. Okay, progress is more important than perfection.
Yes, Rajiv said that. Yeah, I remember.
Correct. So it was so relevant. Then I said, okay, it's not so bad that not people can understand. It's good. Of course, there is a little bit lighting and other things that is there. So I improvised on it, and then I spent, I think, maybe a week or two to create the digital course. Within 2 weeks' time, my YouTube creators blueprint was ready. But the initial time was all about thinking the other aspects and dealing it. So I think one most important learning for me is progress is really more important.
Yes.
So perfection should always be a continuous process.
True.
So that's how I was able to launch my course in November, and from then it's a beautiful journey.
So you built a level 1, level 2, or was it just level 1 in November?
So I built in November. I just built level 1. So I got my level 2 only in March.
Okay.
Okay. So I took a lot of time, and at that point in time, I didn't have any bonus as well. So I just started with YouTube Creators Blueprint, and in that, there is complete information on how one could earn money from Google AdSense. The complete information is there.
Okay.
And the beauty is like there are students who are willing to go for it, and the great thing is in the first session itself, I think there are I think there are 7 enrollment that happened.
Okay.
I was super excited because I didn't know whether it's going to happen or not. And within the first session, there are 7 enrollments. I felt, oh, that's fantastic. So that's how the actual journey started. And later, it just continued.
Fantastic. So November, you launched the first course. November to March, you just had that one course. Were you selling that through webinars, or was it just through your YouTube channel? How are you promoting it?
Sid, if I can say, I have implemented your system 100%. 100%. I have not looked here and there, just blindly followed. Okay, I really didn't want to reinvent the wheel, because if there are so many people of your students able to achieve that great result, then there is no point in me thinking about it. So each and everything that you have said to the core, I've just applied it like that. Nothing different. Okay, the way you said about get response, the way you said about ClickFunnels, and even the templates, whatever you have given, it's the same. Okay. So now maybe I may tweak it here and there a little bit, but it's completely the same thing. So that's how I built even the Facebook ad that you said. Okay.
Yes.
The way it should be, like the bullet points, 3 bullet points. Okay. That's how it is. And one of them just saw the ad and said, "Are you a student of SIDS?" I said, "Why?" Because I saw the ad similar like that. So that's how even people relate. Correct. Yes. So I never thought anything. I just implemented the way you have done. And I started with my Facebook ads. So that's how I started getting the leads. And 90% of the leads come for me from Facebook.
Okay.
And 10% is from my YouTube channel.
Okay.
So that's how the audience is there. And later, there are so many fantastic people in the community. I even learned from Digital Deepak.
Yes.
So that's how it has been. It's 100% the way you have set up. That's how the entire my digital course is.
Very nice.
There is nothing different.
Awesome. So one is you've been spending a lot of time building a YouTube channel and creating the content for the time. So that itself is taking a lot of your time in terms of the your creative process. After you've implemented my system, like right now, let's say March, you introduce level 2 into the program. Tell us about how, like you said, now you have 300 people in your community.
Yes.
Tell us about that phase, like from just being a regular YouTube creator to now being somebody who's actually a nurturer, and you're working with, just tell us about that.
Yeah. So during this building 300 people, there have been a lot of ups and downs. I could say that, okay, my first webinar was fantastic. Second webinar was fantastic. Third webinar was like utter, in the sense, like I did not get even one person registered. I felt like, I felt really horrible. So I was thinking, okay, I spend money on the ads and I'm not generating the revenue. So will I be able to run the show? But suddenly some of my students comes and say that, okay, they have been able to get 100 subscribers. They have been able to get 200 subscribers. That always used to motivate me. So I said, okay, let me invest again and start the webinars again. So that's how, for me, the energy has been my students.
Yes.
The moment they come and say that, okay, they have been able to achieve results. And one of the students recently, so she started 5 months back. And till 2 weeks before, she had 500 subscribers. And today she has around 18,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And
that's huge.
in last 5 days, I think she has earned around $300. So these kind of success stories give me a lot more kick. And I say, okay, let me just go ahead and do it. So that's how I got the energy, because when there are no conversions happen and there are very few people who turn up in the session. So it will be really heartbreaking. And I think in one of the sessions, there were only 7 people. So whenever the way you engage the audience, right? I tried the same thing. So it takes time. Okay, when you have only 7 people, you might not always know that, okay, whether they're going to respond also.
Yeah.
So it will be a very low phase. But one thing is, it's not easy to get the success. It's always like we got to do it and continue. Only then we'll be able to achieve that. But at each and every session, I was like, okay, let me try to do if I'm not doing something right. And I still remember it. Even after purchasing, I have attended your session twice. Just to see, is there anything, something new that you have been doing? Why? Because I wanted to know if there is anything mistake that I'm doing, because we always think that, okay, whatever we are doing is maybe right. Okay, true. Results are not appearing. I even attended Digital Deepak session. I attended Karthika Nair session. So to see, okay, how they are engaging. So that's how I started. And later, coming to the nurturing part. So the students were building, there were a lot more queries, and I was giving a lot more personal support. So sometimes students used to come and say that, okay, I have been not able to get the results. So I used to literally talk to them for hours in the beginning. So that's how many people who were even not even willing to post the first video. Right now, I have some of them in my community where they wake up at 1 a.m. in the morning and they create the videos. So they in fact inspire me back.
Nice.
So, and one more aspect, as I said, I'm not getting so much of time for my creative work, but it's still fulfilling for me because I've been able to help a lot more people in my community. And still I do my best to post 1 video per week. So that's what I've been doing.
Fantastic. So you're doing your weekly masterminds with your group in the similar format, which we do?
I do bi-weekly. I don't do weekly. I do bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. And in that, the first 30 minutes is always for a new topic, which is going to help them to grow. Next 30 minutes is all about question and answers. So that's how the session has been designed.
Okay. Great. So your level 1 program, what is the price point? What is your level 2 price point? Have you opened up a level 3? Anything like that? What is your structure right now?
Sid, I started my level 1 with 2,999.
Okay.
And before lockdown, I was putting it across for 4,999. So because of lockdown, I brought it down to 3,999 so that a lot more people can benefit. And in that, though I just started with YouTube Creators Blueprint, now there is a lot of value that I'm giving. So they also learn strategies to grow your channel. They also learn how to edit the videos in a professional way. Right? So there is a lot more information. They also get the previous bi-weekly recordings. They are part of bi-weekly coaching. So that's how my level 1 is right now. So level 2, it's priced at 19,999, which I'll be putting it for 7,999. To say I'm putting it right now on the early bird offer, which I'm giving it for just 3,999 only for a couple of days.
Okay.
That's how it is. Level 3, I need to build that yet.
You got to still build that. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you're averaging how much? Around 2.5 to 3 lakhs per month implementing, through the courses division. Is that your average?
So it's anywhere between 1.5 to 2 lakhs. Okay. But I see I think in May month alone, I was able to cross 3,40,000.
3,40,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And after that, it was my housewarming. There were a lot of work that was done. So I did not put so much of effort during that time because there was a lot of things that I had occupied.
Okay.
So the only thing that I was doing at that time was to nurture my community.
Got it.
So now that because of that, there is a bit delay, but I could say 3,40,000 was the month which I was able to get the maximum. Students enrolled.
And for you to achieve 3.4 lakhs, how much did you spend on ads? Just to understand, was it at least like a 2x, 3x ROI, return on ad spends?
I think in that month, I would have spent 90,000 on Facebook ads.
Okay. So you're doing at least 3x return on ad spends. Fantastic.
So in that month, the profit itself was around 2.4 lakh. So
very nice. Very nice.
I think, 2.3 or something after all the system expenses.
Got it. So if you had to bring it down to what are the top 3 things that really impacted you the most from my entire system, what would those 3 things be?
Top 3 things. The first is the way you have created the system set. Because see, if I was not part of your system, I don't know if I would have been creating in this way or how much time it would have taken. It would have taken years as well. The reason is for us to understand one system itself, it takes time. Right? So there is get response, there is ClickFunnels, there is Teachables, there are almost like 8 to 10 systems that are there.
Yeah.
And you put across in such a simplified way. I never felt that it was so complicated. The structure and the way you have simplified it, that is the first thing that I loved the most. And second thing, if I could say, it's the way you even said, okay, how we could put it across in the webinars or how we can pitch that, because it's all about interacting with the audience. And I'm so happy to say that I think almost more than 90% of the people stick to my webinar till the end.
Yes.
Till the end. And I put across the form and ask them, okay, is there anything that is not going well or something? And I get to at least around 95 to 98% as the positive responses. So
Fantastic.
here and there, when there are a lot of audience, I may not be able to answer the question. So that are the ones that may come across, but that's how it has been built. And because you have helped me on how it has to be done. So that's something that I really loved. And third most important thing, the thought of helping, okay. And it was crystal clear. And not only that, the mindset also, which it comes, okay. I certainly believe that we can't get great results until unless our mind is also tuned for it.
Yes.
So the strangest secret that you gave, okay. And I also follow the magic by Rhonda, correct? And when it comes to magic, there is one thing that I want to show, okay.
Please, yeah.
There was a time in my life where I didn't have a bigger currency than this to write this. This is something where it was as a task in the magic book to be written.
Yeah.
And it says, okay, thank you for all the money I have been given through my life. And this is something that I wrote in 2012. So from that point to now where it's there, it's because of the coaches whom I have come across. So it could be the mentors whom I got during network marketing and Master Coach Satya and you said. So you have built this amazing system which has been helping a lot more people like me. So those are the three most important things that really helped me. The mindset, the structure, and the way to run it in the webinars. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. So what is your vision now for the next 3 years to 5 years? Where do you want to take your concepts?
My bigger vision is, I said, I want to reach 1 billion people by 2025. So that's the dream that I made while I was part of network marketing. And I didn't know how to do it, but I'm so glad that, okay, our YouTube channel has been scaling up. It is reaching millions of people. And by 2021, my goal is to help 1 lakh committed people to be YouTube content creators by December 2021. So that's my ultimate goal, who are going to see great results.
Fantastic. I'm sure you'll achieve that.
Thank you, Sid.
So before we close this interview, many of you watching this, on my YouTube channel description is a link to Sriram's upcoming sessions, or you can go and access what he's doing. I would highly recommend you go through his YouTube courses. He's not somebody who's just created a YouTube course just like that. As you can see in this interview, he's been there, done that, tried and tested systems, and then he has something to do. So I would highly recommend everyone watching this to go and subscribe for his programs and also follow exactly what he's saying. So before we close this interview, Sriram, any pro tips that you can give me personally, how I can grow my YouTube channel? Okay, I know I'm definitely going to go through your course also myself, and I want to learn about the nuances of how to grow and scale a channel. Ultimately, people have to come to your course to learn the advanced things. But if you want to share some pro tips, more from a perspective of how should the videos be, what should the duration of videos be, what are the best optimization practices, and how consistent, what should be the frequency be? So if you can share these ideas, then I think other people watching this interview can find it really valuable. Yes.
Sid, one of the most important thing on YouTube is the content. Content is always the king. There is nothing else. Content is always the king. And when it comes to content, it's also about how we are able to engage the audience. So the way you say, the way we engage our audience in the webinars,
yes,
it's the same with YouTube also. Okay, if you're able to engage our audience, so sometimes I'll be asking in the video, okay, so if the video is also not great, I ask, is there a better way of doing this? Okay, is there a better idea that you can suggest? What is the next video that you're looking? So when I ask this question, I see that people are willing to comment on it. So that actually helps our audience engagement.
Got it.
That's the first thing. And second is being aware of the the tools which are there within YouTube. For example, we have cards, we have end screens, and I see a lot more people may not be using that.
Yes.
Because if we are using end screens for a particular video, if we are able to connect other videos, then certainly it is going to help boost the views for other videos as well.
Correct.
So that's the first thing. And second most important thing is always thumbnail. Because for anything, it's always the first impression, because there are so many people who have already created content. So how are we going to have our own as different? Now, if I could give an example. So let me just show you something. So you see this 3 packages set?
Yes, I can see. Yeah.
Okay. See, if I ask you to choose one among this, which one do you choose?
I'll choose red.
You'll choose red, right?
Hmm.
So if there are, say, around 1,000 people,
Hmm.
most of them would also go for red. Correct?
Hmm.
Why? Because it's attractive.
Hmm.
But the great thing is, all the three have the same packages, same thing inside.
Hmm.
Now, why I said
Can
this?
you repeat that? I didn't get that. Dairy milk.
Okay. So all these three packages
Hmm.
have the same thing inside.
The same chocolate is inside.
Same
Yes.
chocolate inside. Correct. But most of the people would select red. Now, why I say that is because there will be many people who would have posted the same content, but the packaging matters the most. How we are presenting, how we are actually creating the thumbnail matters the most. If you are not investing time in creating a fantastic thumbnail where people feel that, okay, they got to go and click, only then we'll be able to get the views. Because once people click on it, then there are some strategies like, okay, click through rate, watch time, all this come into picture. If people don't connect to thumbnail itself, then they are not going to click itself. So that's one thing I see a lot of people will be missing, and that is really, really important one to get good initial views.
Got it. So just to recap, content is the king.
Yes.
There's no doubts, and I'm sure you've done some research on the YouTube algorithms are also picking up what you say and to what depth you're going in terms of sharing information. Yeah, that's first. Second, you said is the engagement, and third is the thumbnail. If these three things people keep in mind, they can grow their YouTube channel fast.
Yes, they can grow. And here is one thing, Sid, I want to say. These three things are really important. Of course, there are keywords and other things.
Yes.
So I always say it's not about doing consistent that gives the result. It's doing right and consistent gives the result. So,
and how consistent should we? Should we post like one video per day, one video per week? What is the ideal frequency?
It actually depends upon what type of content that we are sharing. Say, for example, Sid, like you are into coaching, correct?
Yes.
So even if you share one video per day, it's fantastic.
Okay.
But for somebody who is into maybe arts and crafts or something, even if they post one video, that's still fine. But it depends. There is nothing like that. But arts and crafts, I would recommend one video per week. And if somebody who's like an author, coach, or a trainer, they can share one video or at least 3 to 4 videos a week, then that would be fantastic to grow.
Got it. So does YouTube look at the time that you post and the consistency? Like, for example, if I'm doing like every Tuesday, 9 p.m. or every
Sid, your video is not shown.
Yeah. 1 second. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm back right now. Okay. So does YouTube look at that specific time on specific days that you post as from an algorithm perspective, or that doesn't matter? What do you think?
There is something that YouTube may not look, but certainly it matters. I'll tell you why I said, okay. So every single day, there are lakhs of views that are going to come on my channel. But when we post the video, when we have maximum audience, we are going to get the initial views.
Yeah.
Okay. That initial views is really important for YouTube to decide, okay, how our video is performing.
Okay.
Say, for example, okay, whenever I have my content, I post it anywhere between 3 to 6 p.m. Because that's when my highest number of audience are there.
Okay.
So that will help you to get initial views in the best way. That means you get a good number of watch time, and also you get the click-through rate as well high. So once you have that captured in the first couple of hours, then it's actually good to go up. So we go to when we have the maximum audience, and usually that happens during 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. during that time, and evening somewhere between 3 to 8 p.m.
Okay. In my channel, it shows like that 9 to 11 p.m. is a good time to post. Like I'm using that vidIQ tool. Do you think we should rely on those tools, or what do you suggest?
We can certainly rely. It's one of the best tool. And if it says 9 to 11, then that's the best time. That means most of your audience would be active at that point in time. That means people like us would be active at that point in time. That means we'll be getting the maximum views during that time.
Okay. So that's also a good pro tip. All of you watching this, like when you're posting a YouTube video, post it at a time where there's maximum views, because that will give YouTube better leverage to give more reach for that. Yes. Fantastic. So here are some of the points that, he's already shared some pro tips. All of you go register and learn more from Sriram himself directly on what you can do to grow your YouTube channel. Sriram, once again, I want to personally congratulate you for your success. And, this is just the beginning to the millions of people you're going to be inspiring in the years to come. And may you reach that 1 billion number by 2025, or even faster than that. Yes. Excellent. So before I close, I just want to tell all of you here, if you want to learn more about the freedom business model and this particular system, please click on the description below. If you go to sids.co/formula, get onto the bandwagon, irrespective of what may be your topic. Like in Sriram's case, it is YouTube. You may be an expert in some topic. Get onto this journey. Yeah. Just 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, so sorry about that. I had to just reconnect my camera. So before we leave, I want to thank all of you for watching this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Facebook page for more interviews like this. And those of you who want to get into this bandwagon, get into the journey and follow the path like what Sriram has done to take his passion and make it into a profession, and his expertise, and taking his expertise out to the world. So thank you, Sriram, once more, and truly wish you all the best as you go and inspire millions of other people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sid. It was wonderful being continuing part of this journey. It has been wonderful. Thank you again.
Bye-bye.